everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make this super cute crochet beanie. It's super easy, however it does have some intricate stitches, so you might need some experience. But I will walk you through every single stitch that you'll be needing for this hat. This specific hat is made for adults and kids. I think it'll fit both. I'll show you how to adjust the stitches so you can make it a little bigger to fit the person that you need it to fit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna need your yarn, which is the one I'm using today is the Lion brand yarns, Hometown USA. It's super bulky, size 6, and if you have trouble finding which one you need, it should say it on every packaging of the yarn. And this one's in the color Pittsburgh Yellow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and peel this off so you guys can see the color a little bit better. Okay, so next you're going to have to find the end of the yarn. Usually you can just unravel it and then you'll find it on the inside. You just have to find the loose end. And next thing you're going to need is a size 11.5 millimeter hook. I put a little piece of washi tape with Sharpie on it so I can see what size it is. I think this is a boy one. You can usually find them at any craft store. They're really easy to find. So I'm just getting my camera to focus here, and boom, there it is, 11.5. This specific pattern calls for a 12 millimeter one, but I didn't have one, so 11.5 should work. And next you're going to need some scissors. You can use any scissors that you have. It doesn't have to be this specific ones, but if you are interested in these, I did get these on eBay. And you're also going to need a yarn needle. So this is just a basic yarn needle. Again, you can find this anywhere at any craft store. Okay, now that you have your supplies ready, we're going to do what is called a magic circle. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your fingers like so with the end of the yarn on your right hand. Then you're going to grab your hook, you're going to go under the first string and then over the second. You're going to hook, pull through, and twist. Next thing you're going to do is just hold it with your right hand. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through that loop, and that's going to make a slip stitch so you can so it can lock the magic circle. Next we're going to make single crochets. So we're going to go under the magic circle, you're going to pull through the yarn, and you should have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through those 2 loops, and that's what is called a single crochet. So again, under, hook, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops, and that's a single crochet. And you're going to go ahead and work 8 of those single crochets into the magic circle. So I actually wanted to pause right here to show you guys what the stitches will look like. So this is what they look like from the side, and we're at 4 stitches so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you look over, like I'm about to show you right now, you'll see the 1, 2, the 3, and the 4. So they look like little braids. Okay, so once you have your 8 single crochets into your magic circle, you're going to grab the end of the yarn and you're going to pull tight all the way until it forms the circle. Or a half circle in this case. So go ahead and pull tight, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do a slip stitch. So this is the first chain that we did when we first did the magic circle. You're going to put your hook through. It might be a little snug, so go ahead and push through, yarn over, pull the yarn through, and then pull it through one more time, and that's a slip stitch. So now you're going to make another chain in order to start increasing in every stitch to basically make a bigger circle. So you're gonna see the first stitch right here. What you can do, you can either skip it and go all around, or you can crochet in it and you'll skip this last stitch right here. So that's what I usually like to do. It's easier for me, but go ahead and do whatever you like. So we're going to go ahead and do a half double crochet into this first stitch. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to yarn over, you're going to push your hook through into that first stitch, pull the yarn through, and at this point you should have 3 loops onto your hook, and you're going to go ahead and yarn over one more time, and you're going to pull through on every single one of those loops. So again, you're going to yarn over, push through that same stitch, pull through the yarn over one more time, and go ahead and pull through on those 3 loops. You want to make sure you do the 2 of those 2 half double crochets into every single stitch. That's going to make the circle increase in order to make a bigger size hat. So far we've increased in 2 stitches, meaning we have 4 stitches now since we put 2 in each one of those stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. And we're going to go ahead and finish the rest of the circle. Okay, so here we are in the last stitch that we're going to do, and I wanted to show you guys this last little section that looks like a stitch, but because we crocheted into that first stitch, we're not going to do it into this one. So this is the one you're going to skip, and you're going to go ahead and do a slip stitch onto the chain that you did in the beginning of the round. So you're going to push your hook through, you're going to yarn over, pull the yarn through, and pull it through one more time, and that's going to make a slip stitch to seal the circle. Okay, and here I am just pulling tight one more time. You want to keep doing that to make sure the circle stays tight, to make sure that the hat doesn't unravel. So in this next round, you're going to go ahead and crease again, but not in the same way we did last time. So go ahead and yarn over and pull through to make that chain 1. And here I am just showing you guys the rounds that we have so far. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. You'll see that there's a little gap in between each round, and you want to make sure you keep track of that so you know where to stop increasing to start forming the hat. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start the next round, and you're going to yarn over, push through, pull through, and pull through those 3 loops to make a half double crochet, and you're going to do 2 of those into the first stitch. So in the second stitch, you're going to do another half double crochet, but you're only going to do 1. And the reason why we do 2, 1, 2, 1 all around is to not over increase and make like a sloppy, floppy hat. So this would keep the uniform shape of the hat so it doesn't get too wide at the top and end up looking like a mushroom or something. So again, you're going to do 2 half double crochets into the first stitch, and then you're going to do 1 into the next, and you want to make sure you repeat that all around. So now we're at the end of this round, and this is what it looks like so far. So this right here is the 3rd round. So you're going to make a slip stitch to go ahead and finish up that round. So push through, yarn over, pull through. Oh, here it came undone, so you can go ahead and do it again. Push through, yarn over, pull through, and pull through one more time, and this is going to make a slip stitch to close the round. So 1, 2, 3, that's 3 rounds that we have so far. I'm waiting for us to get to the yellow. So for this next round, you're going to start with another chain. So yarn over, pull through to make a chain, and you're going to follow the same increase as we did before, but again, it's not going to be the same, but it's in the same pattern. So the way you want to do it is you want to make 2 half double crochets into the first stitch, 1 half double crochet into the next one, and another 1 half double crochet into the next one. So you're going to do 2 in the first stitch, 1 and 1, and again this will allow it to increase without over increasing. So again, 2 in the first stitch, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third, and that's half double crochets for all of them, and you want to continue that all around until you're at the end of the round. Okay, so here we are at the end of this round, and we're going to do another slip stitch to go ahead and finish off and seal that round. So push through, yarn over, pull through, and pull through one more time, and look, hey, we're finally at the yellow. Okay, so this is what it should look like so far. This next round is where I kind of messed up because the hat did end up coming out a little smaller than I intended it to. So in order to just fix that problem, I didn't do it here, but in order to fix that problem, what you want to do is just make another round of increasing. So here I'm just showing you the rounds that we have so far, and we're at 4 rounds. So in order to fix the small hat problem, you're just going to go ahead and do 2 half double crochets in the first stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. I didn't do that here, so we're just going to go ahead and move on and follow the next stitch in the pattern. Okay, so you're going to start with the chain 1, which I already did, and this first stitch right here, we're actually going to skip it and make a half double crochet into the second stitch. So yarn over, push through, yarn over, pull through one more time, and then pull through those 3 loops. Okay, so now you're going to yarn over and make a half double crochet into that first stitch that you skipped. You want to make sure you don't get the next stitch and the first stitch confused. So as you can see right here, these are the 2 stitches that you're going to work into next. So let me get a close-up for you guys, just waiting for my camera to focus. Okay, so go ahead and yarn over and skip this first stitch and go ahead and make a half double crochet into the second stitch. Okay, so now you're going to yarn over again and insert the next half double crochet into this stitch that you skipped. So yarn over, push through, hook the yarn, and mine just kept coming loose, so you're just going to have to keep trying if yours does that until you hook the stitch, and then just pull through those 3 loops. Okay, so this is what it should look like so far. So there'll be like little twists as the stitches, and you want to repeat that all around. Okay, so here we are at the end of the round, and you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that chain in order to close off the round. So this is what it should look like so far, and what you're going to do is you're going to continue the same stitch for the next 2 more rounds. So this is the back of the hat, or the inside I should say, and the other side is the front, and you can tell which side is which with the ridges that come from the inside. So your hat is going to start curving inwards, so you're just going to flip it so it could curve right side out. So the more rounds that you work into the hat, the more it'll curve, and you just want to make sure that when you're done, you turn it inside out so you have your hat right side out. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and chain 1, and here you can see the rounds that we have. This is the first one, we have the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and you're going to continue that same stitch for the next 2 rounds, and that's going to start shaping the hat. So go ahead and continue that for the next 2 rounds, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we finished the two more rounds of that twist stitch, you're starting to see the shape of the hat. So we're just going to go ahead and count the rounds, and right here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's going to be a little hard for you to see in the end, the last round, just because the gaps aren't as prominent as they are with the half double crochet rounds. But you should have 7 rounds total, and that's when you'll start taking the shape of the hat. So my hat came out a little small, so if you want to make yours a little bit bigger, just go ahead and add 1 more round of that twist stitch. Okay, so now is when you can turn your hat inside out, and the side that's on the outside is the actual side that you'll see when you wear your hat. Okay, so next you're going to chain 1, and you're going to make 1 single crochet in every single stitch in this round. So that same stitch that you made in the magic circle, you're going to do in this next round. So insert the hook, yarn over, pull the yarn, and then just pull the yarn again through the 2 loops. Insert hook, pull, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops. And you're going to do that all around for this round. So now that you're at the end of the round, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that chain to seal off the round. And this is what your hat should look like so far. So we're almost done, guys. Bear with me a little bit longer, but we're about to get started on the edging of the hat, and that's going to finish it off for you guys. Okay, so now you're going to yarn over to make a chain, and we're going to start the rounds by making a front post half double crochet. And basically what that is if you look at the stitches, you'll see a little post. So right here, this is a post, and then there's a second one right here. So each one of these little things is called a post. So the way you're going to do a front post half double crochet is so you're going to yarn over, you're going to insert the hook through this first gap right here, and you're going to pull it out on the other side of the post. You're going to yarn over, pull that loop through. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through those 3 loops. And that's a front post half double crochet. Next, we're going to do a back post, and it's similar concept. So you're going to push it through the back of the post and in, and then around the other side of the post. So you're going to pull through the yarn. Just make sure you hold on to it with your other hand. You're going to pull through the yarn, and then you should have 3 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull those 3 loops. So now again, the front post half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, push through that first gap, and on the other side of the post, yarn over, pull through. You should have 3 loops, yarn over, pull those 3 loops. Now for the back post, you're going to yarn over, you're going to yarn over, now through the back of the post and over through the other side, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull those 3 loops. And you're just going to go ahead and continue that all throughout the round. So this is actually where my camera died and I had to stop filming. So what you're going to do is you're going to continue that same round for another round. So you're going to make 2 rounds total of that ridging. And to make the hat a little longer, I added another round of that edging, but rather than half double crochets, I did a double crochet. So you're going to chain 2, you're going to yarn over, you're going to go through that front post, which should be a little thicker now. You're going to yarn over, you're going to pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over one more time, and pull through the remaining loops. So that is a double crochet. So you're going to continue that in and out, front and back, until you're done with the rest of the round. And that's just going to create a longer stitch, therefore a longer edging. But even then my hat still came out too small. Okay, so now we're at the end of the round and we're going to go ahead and slip stitch to seal off that round. So you can see the top stitch right here. Insert the hook, yarn over, well, if the stitch lets me, insert the hook. Okay, then you're going to yarn over, pull through one more time, and that's going to make a slip stitch. So you're basically all done with your hat, and if you choose to leave it like this, you totally can. But next I'm going to show you how to make a pom-pom to put on the top of your hat. So I usually like to make another slip stitch just on the stitch over, just to make the hat a little bit more secure. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it. So you're going to leave a little tail just so you can weave in the end, and I'll show you how to do that right now. And you're going to cut off your yarn and you're going to pull through all the way, and you're going to just pull it tight to, again, secure the hat. So you should have two loose ends, the one on the inside from where you started and the one on the outside from where you finished. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your yarn needle and you're just going to go ahead and insert your yarn like you would just like a regular thread, and just make sure you have enough room to allow yourself for it to not come loose. So I'm just getting my camera to focus so you guys can see. And you're just going to basically start sewing kind of anywhere just to hide that loose end. So just insert it anywhere. The messier you are in a way, the better. That way there's less of a chance for the end to come undone. So I just go in and out, different directions, again to just secure that loose end. So you're just going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other end. And this is what you call just weaving in the ends. You usually have to do this for every project, again to just secure your project very tightly so it doesn't come undone when you wash it or when you wear it or for just daily usage. Okay, so now you're just going to turn your hat inside out and voila, you are all done. This is what it looks like so far. If you added the extra rounds, it's going to be a little bit longer, but it might fit you better, so yay you. Okay, so next you're going to need one of these little pom-pom makers. They're not a complete necessity, however, when it comes to making pom-poms, they do help. It's a strange little contraption, but they actually do come in handy. Otherwise, you can use your hand, and I'll show you how. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to grab the end of the yarn, and you're going to open one side up, and you want to make sure the end of the yarn is on the inside of the contraption. So you'll see that there's the end, the right side, and then the left side, and you just want to make sure the inside is on the left side, and that'll just keep it from unraveling. And then you're just going to wrap around this whole side until you're completely full. So you just want to continue to wrap and go around and around and around until that whole side is completely full, and it's no longer the size of a half moon, but it's just like a half circle. And that's just going to make your pom-pom super full and super fluffy. So here we have this whole side done, and now you're just going to go ahead and close it, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just wrap and wrap and wrap until it's super full and fluffy, or super full so it can be fluffy. So the way you can actually do this with your hand is you're going to grab the loose end with your thumb, and you're just going to wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap until you're basically super full, like your hand is super full with yarn, and you're going to go through and you're going to tie the middle together, and then you're just going to cut that loop, all those loops of the yarn, and that's what's going to create the pom-pom. I'm pretty sure you can find a tutorial on YouTube, but if not, I'll make one for you guys. Okay, so now that our pom pom maker is super full, you're going to go ahead and close both sides, and you're going to cut the yarn so it's no longer attached to the ball of yarn. So just snip it, and next what you're going to do is the same way we were going to do with your hand and cutting all those loops. You're going to start from the middle, and then you're going to just start cutting. You always want to make sure you cut on the side that the contraption doesn't open on. So this is the inside of the circle, and you're going to keep cutting and just keep cutting until you're through on both sides. Okay, so now that you're done cutting all those loops of the yarn, you're going to take a fairly long piece of yarn, just a loose one, just cut it off your yarn ball, and you're going to squeeze it through this middle section of the Pom Pom maker, and you're going to pull it tight to make sure that you're tying it very tight, and you're basically just going to make 2 knots to secure the pom-pom. So you want to make sure you leave a fairly long tail, because this is what you're going to use to sew it onto the hat. So after you're done sewing the pom-pom together, you're going to open up the sides of the contraption, and you're basically just going to start pulling it apart. And it comes apart very easily, but you just want to be very gentle, that way you don't break apart the pom-pom. So just snap it off. And this is what it looks like. So next you just want to trim all these longer pieces of string so it could all be uniformed and together, and it doesn't look messy, it looks more put together. So next, just using your yarn needle, you're going to sew the pom-pom onto the very, very, very top of the hat, and basically you're just all done after that. And we're all done. Yay guys, we made it 30 minutes later, but the hat is finally done, and this is what it looks like. It honestly still looks very small, so like I said, just make sure you add those extra rounds so it could fit your guys' head a little bit better than it probably fit mine. But I'm pretty sure I can probably just give this to my little toddler and it'll fit her perfectly. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you enjoy the video. It is my first YouTube video, so bear with me as we take this journey together. And thank you guys for watching. Bye!